Here is my 1987 Kawasaki KLR 650. I bought this motorcycle it's probably been over a month now. Just haven't gotten around to making a video on it yet. And it actually has a 2004 motor in it. I don't know what happened to the other one, but the guy before me put that one in. And I've been busy the past couple days painting all the plastics because the guy before me, or the guy that I bought it off of, he had painted the plastics and did a terrible job. They all look awful. So I repainted all of them. They look decent. There's some imperfections and stuff, but they look so much better than they did before. I'm also gonna have to tidy up some of the wiring because he did a really bad job of that too. He added LED turn signals to the front and the rear, and he used those crimp connections and stuff, and he just didn't crimp half of them and the other half weren't crimped right. So I'm gonna have to fix all that up. But other than that, the bike is actually in really good shape. I haven't found any rust on the frame whatsoever. Seems to be, yeah, just overall in really good shape, especially for an 87, which was, I think, the first year they made them. Everything on it works. It runs great. It has a DG aftermarket exhaust on it. It sounds really good. Has a nice solid thump to it. The guy wrapped the header with that fiberglass stuff. It's got one of those Uni aftermarket air filters. It's got a 150 main jet, and I shimmed the needle. And then I have this capped off because I changed the petcock on the tank to a fully manual one because I was having problems with the stock one leaking. I was having a lot of issues with the motor not running right, and it was just kind of randomly, it would just start cutting out and wouldn't have a whole lot of power, and it turned out to just be a bag coil. So I bought a new one off of eBay for 10 bucks, and now it runs like an absolute champ. The guy before me also cut a hole in the airbox for more performance gains. And I think that about covers everything. Oh yeah, it's also got, well, it's got these luggage racks, which I'm fairly certain they don't come stock. And it has an aftermarket progressive shock on it, so that's pretty nice. It also has the progressive springs in the front shocks, and it has the fork brace too. So I bought this for $1,700. I think I got a pretty good deal out of it for all the upgrades and stuff it had done to it. But you know, obviously there's some drawbacks like the plastics and the wiring, but yeah, so next I'm gonna be working on getting all the plastics back on and tidying up the wiring, and I'll see you when I'm done. I just realized that I actually forgot to paint these what are they, bark busters or whatever you call them. So I'm gonna have to take those off and do those at some point, but I can do that later. So here's the finished product. I'll show you a before and after picture. I wish I would have taken pictures of the individual pieces, like close-ups and stuff, but oh well. The only issue I'm still having with it is, for some reason, when I turn the key on, turn the blinker on, if I come over here, this entire thing is filled with LEDs, and there's only, what, 4 or 5 of them turning on, and I don't know why it's doing that. And every time this turns on, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but every time that turns on, the headlight dims just a little bit. So, and it does the same thing on the other side. The rear tail light seems to work just fine, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm thinking it might be the resistors, Maybe they were drawing too much juice or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to keep messing with it for a little bit, see if I can't figure it out. I think that's about it. I'm gonna do a running video before too long here, so stay tuned for that.